But how I can describe it? For this description, guys, I need to make some division of fossa axillaris into compartments. And for that division, as you know, we use anterior superior thoracic region. And we use three structures: clavicle, major, and minor pectoral muscles. Now look, my two fingers, I put instead of minor pectoral. From my clavicle up to superior margin of minor, we will have clavipectoral triangle. My minor pectoral will form pectoral triangle. Now my second hand, it is inferior margin of major pectoral. Here we have subpectoral triangle. Look, clavipectoral, pectoral, and subpectoral triangle. Because of this, I divided fossa axillaris into three portions: superior, middle, and inferior. Now let's start to describe the vessels and nerves inside of each portion. First of all, upper one, clavipectoral one. See the of structures. Look to me. Vein has medial position, artery located laterally to the vein, plexus brachialis here presented by three trunks. 1 minute, look to me. Plexus brachialis, as you remember, it has three portions. This is the roots, this is the trunks, and this is the cords. Generally, roots and trunks located above the clavicle. We call them supraclavicular portions. But upper portion of our fossa axillaris, it is near the clavicle. Let's say still here we have not the cords, but we have trunks. In second triangle, we have the cords. In third triangle, we have final branches, terminal or long branches. Let's say remember about it. Please, about trunks. Trunks is located along the artery, one above, second below, third one in the level of artery, behind of it. That's why we call it superior trunk, middle trunk, and inferior trunk. Cords is located like that. One cord located medially, second cord located laterally, third cord located posteriorly. That's why remember and don't mix. Trunks is superior, middle, inferior. Cords is middle, medial, lateral, and posterior. And cords give the final long branches or terminal branches. Trunks gives short branches. Short branch differs from long by one quality. Short branch goes or to shoulder or to thorax. Long branch goes to free upper extremity. There are only one exception, it is nervus axillaris, which I will give you after. It is long branch, but it goes to the shoulder. Okay, again, let's come to the triangles. And first triangle, as I say you, it is the clavipectoral triangle. Again, vein has medial position, artery located laterally, plexus presented by three cords, trunks, sorry. About veins, what is happened with the vein? Inside of upper triangle, vena cephalica, drain into the vena axillaris, in the tip of the sulcus deltoid pectoris. As you remember, it is perforated the proper fissure and drain inside of the axillary vein. About artery. Inside the first triangle, artery gives two important branches. First one we call arteria thoracica suprema. Second one we call arteria thoracoacromialis. Remember these two names, thoracica suprema and thoracoacromialis. Both is very important. First one, thoracica suprema, supply infraclavicular region. It means the region between clavicle and third rib. Medially, linea sternalis, laterally, sulcus deltoid pectoralis. This region, soft tissues, supplied by arteria thoracica suprema. Remember about it. Second artery we call thoracoacromialis. Ajahn?
Supply muscle?
It supplies muscles, but not only. First of all, we must remember place of its location. It is located inside of subpectoral space, which is between major and minor pectoral muscles. And here it is split into three terminal branches: rami pectoralis, rami deltoideus, ramus deltoideus, and ramus acromialis. As Omar said, rami pectoralis supply major and minor pectoral muscles. Rami deltoideus supply deltoid muscle. Rami acromialis supply all your shoulder joint. As I remember, please, this artery you can find in the picture, for example, here. This is thoracoacromial artery. Between major, between minor pectoral muscles. Very well. About plexus brachialis, trunks of plexus brachialis here gives pectoralis medialis and lateralis branch, which is supply again major and minor, again inside of subpectoral space. By the way, both is supply both muscles. Lateral portions, medial portions. Let's say this is not one is for one muscle, second for another. Both is supply both muscles, innervating both muscles. Triangle number 2, position of elements again kept. Vein is located medially, artery is located laterally, but plexus brachialis, as I said you before, gives 3 cords. Medial cord, lateral cord, posterior. Vein doesn't receive any veins inside of this triangle. Artery inside of these triangles give only one branch, which you know very well. We call it arteria thoracalis lateralis. We study this artery in the anterior superior thoracic region. We say that it is passed along the anterior axillary line together with nervus thoracicus longus. It is the nerve which is originated in second triangle short branch. They pass together, they supply and innervated anterior superior thoracic region and breast region. Thank you very much. Now let's come to the last triangle. Vein again medial, artery again lateral, plexus brachialis is absent because it is divided into terminal branches. But before start to speak about plexus brachialis, about artery. Artery gives 3 branches here. First one we call subscapularis, second one we call circumflexa humeri anterior, third one we call, hold your hand. This is the surgical neck of brachial bone. 2 vessels avoided, one from behind, second from in front. This is circumflexa humeri posterior, that is circumflexa humeri anterior. And you can see that in the lateral surface of this bone, they form anastomose. Anastomose. Thank you very much. This is one of the important collateral ways of supplement of the extremity. Except main artery, there are 2 circumflex arteries, which is form anastomosis. Such kind of anastomosis is not functionally so important. You know why? Because both these vessels originated from same level. Much more better anastomosis, which is originated from different levels. One upper, second is lower. In that case, if the main artery will be closed in this region, collateral anastomosis will supply. But these 2 vessels, both is originated in one level. Let's say they can, thank you very much, only a little bit increase the supplement if you make some physical work. But if main artery will be damaged, vessels which is make anastomosis in same level cannot make any collateral supplement. You understand what about this? Now look, this is the main artery. It gives 2 branches in the same level. If the main artery will be closed, this collateral will not work anyhow. Such kind of collaterals can be worked, which is originated from different levels. One above the place of trauma, second below the place of trauma. Let's continue. Now, last artery, it is subscapular artery. Yesterday I spoke about it. Now I want to remind you once again. It gives 2 branches. Thoracodorsal one, which is supply posterior muscles, and circumflexa scapulae one, which is come to scapular region by foramen trilateral. Little after both is aperture, I will present it for you. But now remember, please, this circumflexa scapulae forms huge important anastomosis, which you can see in this picture. In the scapular region, look, little after we will decide to discuss it. 3 vessels, 1, 2, 3. Forms the important anastomosis. By the way, 2 from these vessels come from subclavian neck. 1 is come from axillary, upper extremity. and they form the most important collateral network. If here we will have blockade of the main vessels, this collateral will supply enough the upper extremity. That's why remember about it. Circumflexa scapula. That's why, again, let's repeat it. In the third triangle, arteria axillaris gives 3 branches. Circumflexa humeri anterior, circumflexa humeri posterior, and subscapular artery. Remember, subclavian artery gives the suprascapular one, which is truncus cervicalis. This one gives subscapular one. Very well. Now let's come to the plexus brachialis. Yesterday again I draw for you cross sections and all these terminal branches of plexus brachialis we study together. Medial cord gives nervus cutaneus brachymedialis, nervus cutaneus antebrachymedialis, nervus ulnaris, and medial root of nervus medianus. That's our 4 branches. Lateral cord gives lateral root of the nervus medianus and nervus musculocutaneus, 2 branches. Posterior cord gives also 2 branches. Biggest branch, it is nervus radialis. Second branch, my big finger, it has hook-shaped form because it goes to upwards, and we call it axillary nerve. This is all branches long or terminal, not just branches, but long or terminal. From all these branches, you see, yeah, only one goes to the shoulder. It is the axillary nerve. All others goes to the free upper extremity. After, we will study up to tip your fingers, these nerves, especially from these nerves which I mentioned. I want to attract your attention into 3. This is nervus ulnaris, nervus radialis, nervus medianus. This is 3 longest nerves. Go also. Go, help. Please, go wash your face. Generally, usually it is low pressure. In the mornings, make the normal breakfast, guys. Make the normal breakfast. No? Okay, sit down. That's why remember, please, these 3 nerves, it is the longest nerves. The radialis, ulnaris, and medianus. Drink the water, give the water, drink the water to increase your pressure. Remember about it, very well. Let's continue. Now, second structures which is located inside of the fossa axillaris, it is the lymphatic nodes, guys. Lymphatic nodes, 5 group, has huge importance. In the future, then will teach you, for example, oncology, breast cancer, or lung cancer. We will speak that these lymphatic nodes has huge importance for the metastasings, yeah, to identify metastasing, especially from the breast. 2 lessons before, we studied together the breast region. And I told you that lymphatic system of the breast divided into 2 groups, superficial and deep. Superficial located in fatty tissue, deep located inside of the breast. Superficial collected 50%, deep is collected 50%. Superficial all lymph become to this group. We call it anterior or medial axillary group of the lymphatic nodes. Any women, any females must palpate these lymphatic nodes minimum once during the week. Friends, you should understand that breast cancer, this is second main cancer of the females. Today, first one, it is lung cancer for both genders, and for males and for females. In second position for females, we have breast cancer. For example, in Armenia, incidence of this problem approximately 25 women into 100,000. It is very big incidence. 25 into 100,000 new cases every year. New cases every year. Survival of these patients, 5-year survival. For local form of the breast cancers, approximately from 50 up to 60%. For diffuse spreading form, less than 30%. This is huge mortality, huge mortality. That's why, my friends, these lymphatics, again I say, you're in your home, please palpate these lymphatics. What you can identify? You can find, for example, number one, normally lymphatic nodes is not palpated. They say normally you can't palpate lymphatic nodes. Problem number two. You can palpate it in large lymphatic nodes, which is unpainful and which is movable. It is good, then it is unpainful, then it is movable. In majority of the cases, it shows just inflammation. For example, hair is removed, shaved, or another way, it gives some small infection, inflammation, lymphatic nodes is enlarged. Third problem which you can palpate it, unfortunately, it is big, fused, unmovable, and painful type of the lymphatic nodes. In 70% of cases, it's also not any cancer, it is inflammation. But these women need to make diagnostical investigation, which is called mammography. After the mammography, if it will be necessary, biopsy to understand histological form of the cancer. The more early cancer will be found, the more effective will be the treatment of it. As I say you, from 70% of the survival, we can come to the 30%, 20%. And it is connected with early treatment. Remember about it, please. Let's say, once again, there is located, I forget to tell you that from deep system, 50% of lymph again come to this group. That's it. Completely for breast, 75%. 75%. How you can find it? Simple method, look to me. Anterior axillary line, inferior margin of pectoralis major muscle, level of third, fourth ribs. All these structures is possible to find. For females, only heart will be found inferior margin of pectoralis, because breast will cover it, no any problem. Find anterior axillary line. So you find anterior axillary line, third, fourth ribs, exactly this is place of palpation. Biggest lymphatic node here we call Zorgius. Zorgius, otherwise we call it signaling lymphatic node, because it signal about problem. Hamza-jan, not only metastasis. I say you, in majority of the cases, it can be inflammation. But also, touch wood of course, it can be also some malignant problems also. It is also possible. Let's continue. Second group of the lymphatic nodes, located in opposite wall, in the lateral wall. Let's say this is the brachial, so surgical neck of the brachial bone, short head of the biceps, and thoracobrachial. Important, very important group. We call it lateral group. All lymph from your upper extremity drain inside of this group. Next week I read the lecture for 6-year students, 5th-year students, and we speak about the breast cancer. And I show the surgeries, and one of the surgical mistakes, then surgeon removed the lateral group of the lymphatic nodes. It is give the lymphostasis up to elephantism. All lymph is accumulated and gives the huge swelling edema of the upper extremity. And finally, hypertrophy, ulceration, necrotization. Such kind of the persons need or heart plastical reconstruction or amputation. That's why to be careful, guys. In the future, we will speak about levels of. We have different surgeries like total mastectomy, simple mastectomy, radical mastectomy, mastectomy with removing of axillary lymph nodes, Holstead surgery. Then we remove breast, axillary lymph nodes with major and minor pectoral muscles. This is the biggest surgery, Holstead surgery. That's why, anyhow, you must understand that this lateral group, it is important group. Group number 3, we call posterior group. Now I push my hand to back. Usually then we make mastectomy with resection of lymphatics. This group we also remove. because part of the lymph from medial group can become to the posterior group. Yeah? Where it is located, inner surface of the muscles, which I mentioned, 4 muscles. Latissimus dorsi, teres major, teres minor, subscapular. Group number 4, we call central group. Geometrical midpoint of your fossa axillaris. And it is collected, the lymph, from fossa axillaris. Let's say during surgery, we remove it also. It is the L2 level of the surgery. Then you will remove not only the first level, but second level. Why? Because from this anterior group, lymph goes to the central group. There's a central group we also try to remove. And finally, last group, 5th group, we call apical group. It is located between first rib and between the clavicle. Again, don't touch it, because this is the regional lymphatics, which is collected the lymph from all another mentioned group. Again, lymphostas. If you will remove it, again we will have lymphostas. Let's say this group we also try to save, try to keep. Let's continue. Next, what I want to explain for you guys, this is the infraclavicular region. Don't write it. Everything is simple. I will very quickly explain it. What is it?